What I'm showing you here is only going to be around for another 2 days at the time I'm recording this, but I thought it would be a good idea to show this off. This was a result of the most recent seasonal events to be introduced for spring, where basically instead of doing things for yourself, everyone in the server had to work together to create these 10 statues that you see standing before me. They all look very lifelike, and certainly they are very impressive visually. But of course, that's not why we're here. We have more things to do as we take on some more patch 2.3 dungeons. But there's something else that I wanted to start off with today, and so that's what we're going to deal with here. So with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here in Eorzea Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn. It is year 2, day 34 for EDSS in the Realm Reborn. And last time we took on our first of the patch 2.3 dungeons by revisiting Tamtara Deepcroft, where we had an experience with a group of adventurers who had a devastating fall from grace, which was made complete within the Tamtara Deepcroft. And so now, with that sorrow now out of our minds, hopefully, we can move on to another 2.3 dungeon. But, as I said, there's one thing that I have yet to take care of here in Ul'dah. And so I figured, since we're here, we might as well do it right now. So, we're gonna head this direction, and the person we should be looking for is going to be next to these dancing Mikote. As you can see, this is another Mikote dancer, but it looks like she's not dancing with them. But we're about to find out why that is. Let's meet with Pullman to take on her level 14 challenge entitled Help Me, Lord of the Dance! When Pullman approaches, beware, for the impetuous Mikote always leads a merry dance.
Psst, you there! Yes, darling, you. They say you're the fella to follow. Name's Pullman, and I earn my keep as a dancing girl in these markets. Aye, it's a living, and a good one, but it's not exactly what I set out to be when I bid farewell to the mudflats. I know, that isn't the way the tale curls. Still, I should be like to be one of those dancers, Dexter. You know, the sort they engage for the grand balls. To be a dancer of craft, not mere wiles, and keep her company in high society. Of course, I'd have to learn a proper sort of dancing, less shimmy, more stately, and that's where you come in, darling, because I've got a quarry for you to track down. They say a dancing master named Gilano is in town. All the highborn ladies are aflutter wanting to take lessons with him. He's the best, that's the word. This is my chance to become something finer than Minnie the Minx. Go to the steps of Thal and ask around about him, won't you?
I believe we can do that. In fact, I don't think we have to go all that far to find the person we're looking for. So let's cross over, because we have to actually speak with 3 people. And so we will facilitate that. First, crossing paths with a willowy woman, this Lalafell.
Master Gilano? Oh, it's lovely what he teaches, but straight as the gate, my good sir. He is very choosy about whom he teaches. You must dance for him and show some innate quality. Why, he wouldn't even accept Master Gigarouge's diamond-crusted crumpet, and she was quite the danseuse already.
That's quite a high standard, if you can call that a high standard. Anyway, there's another one over this direction, so heading towards this particular 8th thread. I believe this is for the Weaver's Guild, which it is. And then we're going to find another Lalafell by the name of Sosota. Maybe she can help us.
Oh, of course I know where Master Gilano is. Don't you see these roses on my cheeks?
And, well, let me zoom in to find out if we can see them. Okay, yeah, kind of a little bit, yeah.
And the ever so slight droop in my supple carriage? I've just come from practice. You can stop wondering who the belle of the ball is to be next moon. With what Master Gilano taught me, I've no doubt that I'll dazzle the masses. Where can you find him? Oh, I often say, but why not? You should find him on the hosting strip. He said he was headed to the airship landing.
Well, we have to speak with one other person in order to confirm this. And I believe there should be a staircase nearby. Yes, it's going to be... where are you, staircase? You're right here. Yes, you are right here, so let's put a little spring on our step, go upstairs. and find the other person of interest, because we're actually approaching the Sultana's chambers. We've been there before. A luscious lady? Well, we'll see about that.
Are you another one of Master Gilano's camp followers? That's so cute. You know he's from Coerthas, don't you? Travels the world teaching the art of the dance. They say he was the youngest dancing master ever to leave the lands. That he had a large estate, fine stable, and a coat of crown sable.
Cue Peter.
Why anyone would leave all that is beyond me. When I think about that, it gives me shivers, you know. Why, if he weren't living Ul'dah today, I'd consider permitting him the pleasure of my person. Oh, don't look so shocked. Mayhap when he returns.
Alright, so Monsieur Gilano is actually going to be, well, they said he was preparing for departure, and there's the man himself. So let's speak with this dance master from the Great White North.
Master Gilano, I am here. That you are an adventurer is apparent. But what business brings an adventurer to a dancing master, I wonder? Atata, you will not answer where no question has been asked. It is the feet that must persuade, not the tongue. Now, dance for me.
So you cannot do just any dance that you've accumulated up to this point. What you want to do is, while highlighted, use the dance emote. Now we have not used this thing in a long time. Last time we used the dance emotes was when we were trying to get peaceful relations, as you will, with the sylphs.
The vessel is rude, but the wine within may yet be found. Unfortunately, there's much cold on my time, and I am bound for another land. I will make a dance of you when next I return to the city.
And then, our little Mikote's arrived.
There you are! Had anything good? I hope you're not wasting time with that looker there.
This looker just happens to be the man you're looking for. Yeah. Big blue eyes, stare in amazement. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, Master Gilano, I'm Philemon the danseuse, and I would speak with you. It is my greatest desire to become a dancer, Dexter, and perform at a grand ball. Please, my lord, won't you teach me?
So it is not the adventurer who wishes to tread the parquet, but the stammering maiden.
Shad, I sift people to find dancers, do you understand? Then let us see whether you can master these steps.
Yeah, if you thought the Hildebrand dance was bad, well, this could be even worse. Apparently, this is how...
That's how they do it in high society, huh?
Somehow.
I can be the last with class, just watch!
Alright, go ahead and prove it. Well, you certainly are a fast learner on the steps, no question about that. Well?
Hideous, grotesque. Your dancing stands along with a calamity in its horror.
She did the same thing you were doing.
Well, that's what might call your highborn ladies, Master Gilano. But where I come from, we take our lumps and keep on twirling. Now, what exactly didn't you like? Shad, you rely over much on appearances. You go from pose to pose, pleasing to pleasing. That is not dance, but cruel fascination. Adventurer, look sharp and take your turn on the floor.
Me, sir? I mean, I've only just seen you perform your moves just a few moments ago, but I will give it my all. And so, with a lance on my back, well, dance the silly dance that he did.
I can't take my eyes off of you. I mean, you're not exactly good. You'd be picking rotten orange pits out of your eyebrows if you did that at the market, but... It's a story, isn't it? A dance is a story, and I have nothing to say. Because I haven't lived, just made a living.
Well, if that's what I guess she says.
Ashad, elder stars are easy to please, and you have squandered this year striking your poses when you could have learned a craft. Still, you have courage, I'll warrant that. I weary of teaching so many who may have lived, but in ways to lack. I wonder if you have courage enough. Do you dare start anew? To be a dancing girl no longer? To learn a true craft? I dare! I will learn the craft of adventuring!
What?
Do you adventure for fun or gain? Do you have to be very good with weapons? Those moves you make with your arms, is that some fighty thing? I want what you've got, darling. The way to the Grand Balls through quests and dungeons. I'll learn to slug, and I'll learn to dance! Thank you, my lord, thank you. I'm off to the Adventurers Guild. You've taught me so much, and I'll never forget the dance that you showed me.
It was him who showed you the dance. It wasn't me.
Did she choose a me adventurer over me? Master among masters?
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
My airship departs this strange city soon. Dans your roulette, puissant dance adventurer. Mayhap you will affect more aspirants as you did Billowman.
Ah, and mayhap I shall hang up my dancing shoes and start anew. Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get mocked by your countrymen. So, experience for those of you who are actually have this at level 14, but up or level 4, level 50. And of course, we've now learned to get the last main dance that's available in the 3 city states. You have learned the emote, Ball Dance. Though why anyone would dance that in a ballroom, I have no idea. But whatever. I'm not the one who made this game, that's all Square Enix. And yes, I'll keep using that line until the day that I'm no longer doing this Let's Play. So, now, where were we? Oh yes, that's right. Off to Mordona! Off to Mordona because we have an actual quest to do. We have 2 quests to do, actually. First things first, but we'll keep it all in stride and focus, hopefully. So, yeah, it's been a really good last few days for me as far as getting accomplishments in Reborn with my first avatar. For example, I've actually completed a level 7, or also known as turn 7. So, and that's in a place that we've never been to with Edie, but we'll just focus on what we want to do here, and that's speak with Lorianne. Because she has our... Oh, she's not the one who's got it? Okay, did I get this wrong? Okay, it's not you. Okay. Do I have this wrong somehow? Oh, okay, I think I know. Alright. Was it you? Yeah, it was you. You're the person I wanted to speak to. Fallacy. Yeah, and certainly my attempt to find the correct quest certainly was a fallacy, wasn't it? But yes, she has the challenge entitled Blood for Stone. The daughters of Ishgard have a wintry gaze, but Fallacy looks upon you with something like very light favor, alloyed with a certain urgency.
I seek a certain adventure for Cosmos Shasta. Are you not Tiki? Ha! I thought you had the right aspect. 'Twas you who played the thief in the night of the Stone Vigil. The dragon's guard kept a jealousy, it said, yet you slipped unseen into the cloudy fortress. 'Twill not be the key for much longer, however. The forces of Ishgard are masked by the sea of clouds. Now, this is for your ears only, but the blockade is a prelude to an attack. Lord Rilmond commands the siege, and he would have your counsel. I am but one of many who seek you at his behest. You must be a man of rare quality. The proud knights of Eorzea are not accustomed to taking, let alone seeking, outside help.
Yeah, we know the routine in Coerthas.
Ishgard is the cradle air I breathe, and I yearn to see the Stone Vigil reclaimed for the Gervanian hold. Will you not go to Whitebrim Front to end Lord Rilmond?
Of course I will. So, I will meet you guys to meet with Lord Rilmond in a moment. Okay, we have made it back to Whitebrim Front, and so, now that we've done so, let's go back into the tower, where we met Lord Rilmond all the way back in year 1. Yeah, remember when all these Coerthas guys, all these Ishgardian soldiers and lords were giving us a hard time, because, of course, being the prideful people that they are, they never want to have outside help, but of course, it was only through our assistance that they were able to rein in the heresy that was lurking within. So, let's speak with Lord Rilmond. Monsieur, it's been a while.
Eorzea, you have come to lend us your strength. House Durandare is in your debt. You will rejoice with us to know that the battle for Stone Vigil has finally begun. The first wave has already breached the outer defenses and entered the keep. As a depraved of foes the Gervanians are, they were certain cunning. The place teems with unbelievers who gladly embrace death merely to deny us a full advance. We come to slay dogs and our blood-blind nits. There are graver matters still. After our first wave stormed the keep, the enemy sealed the breach behind them. The Vigil headgate is now a welter of molten iron and stones sharp as a headman's axe. We can no longer send in reinforcements by land. The danger is great, but we must go by air. I shall lead the second wave, and will have you join your strength to ours. Sir Nathalan awaits you near the Stone Vigil itself. I shall join you as soon as I have seen to the airships. Then away we go. We know where we're going next. So let's shortcut this. Sorry about ruining your dinner. Speaking of dinner, I had mine just before I started recording this episode, so it's not something I'm not unfamiliar with. Alright, so away we go, because we've been to the Stone Vigil before. Yeah, because I can remember exactly when we got here, finally, in year 1 of this Let's Play, and that was back on day 69, right after we defrocked the fake Inquisitor and unmasked him. So, yes, there is the Stone Vigil. It's still standing very impressively, but of course, we know what lurks within because we've been there before. So, we're looking for Sir Nathalan at the gates. And I believe we've spoke with him as well previously, so dismount from the Chocobo and talk to him. Hey lady, logez on cette word. The airship will not be long in coming, and then we charge! All White Brim Front knows your name, Eorzea, who penetrated the Stone Vigil's defenses. Why, to this very day, I remember the shield that rang out when we heard you led Ishgardian low. Your presence here is tonic, pure tonic for the troops. Too long have the damned dragons desecrated our keep. How long willing the Stone Vigil shall return to Ishgard before this day is out? Well, let's hope you're right about that. So we now have access to the hard mode of the Stone Vigil. So, as the sun sets on another overcast day in Coerthas, we shall get ourselves ready to go to Stone Vigil. So, let's go ahead and highlight our new accessible dungeon. There we go. Alright, so let's get the queue going, and I'll rejoin you guys once we're inside the Vigil itself. And so, we've been here before, now coming in the back way. Having arrived on airship, it now departs, as we rejoin the Knights of House Durandare for a march on the hard mode of Stone Vigil. As they get ready for battle, myself and 3 others will begin our journey to see that we can bring about the end of the Gervanian horde. They await our arrival, and we are here. Gotta put on pants? Really? Who needs some? Yeah. I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. So this is another one of those dungeons where, given the combination of characters that we have, we could very well see a lot of high-speed pulls here. So once the tank leads us out, which apparently it's going to be the Black Mage filling in for the tank, yeah, we always want the tank to lead us. I'm ready to go, but yeah, we're waiting on someone to put on their pants for some reason. Don't ask me why. I don't. May alone give you a good death. Why do we want a good death? And as for that pose that's happening on the right, that's not something that we can get until later. So, now that our tank finally has on his pants, let's do this! Here we go! Stone Vigil hard mode. And not surprisingly, we are going to see a lot of holes. We're going to see a lot of enemies brought together all in one spot for us to all kill at once. So, here we go. You can see we're going to pack quite a group of dragons in here. Yeah, we're going to take all of
Mr. Rome Mythos family, and we're gonna rip him to shreds. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, he still is 3 games short of finishing everything. In fact, he even went so far as to have the audacity as to replay games he's already finished, just to show off glitches and cheats and stuff like that. But like, I don't care about that! Just finish like 3 games that you started 6 years ago and still haven't finished! And that's so much to ask. Well, considering who it is, absolutely. Yeah. A man who believes that he's convinced that he's a dragon, but of course it really is not. And he deludes himself with this ridiculous fantasy, and I got the achievement to crush your enemies 5. That achievement is for killing a specific set number of enemies, regardless of whether it's in the main story or whether it's in the 2.0s or in the 2.0 patches and beyond that. So just the extra bonus places we can go to, including the 2.1 storyline and beyond that. So now this is one of those instances where our path is blocked by fire and we cannot actually make a huge pull like we could before. Yeah, I don't know, I'm guessing that some people at Square Enix who found out that players were doing stuff like this decided to try and prevent them from doing that as much as they wanted by putting up fire-breed barriers that only go down once you've defeated all the enemies that you were supposed to defeat. But in any event, in just over 3 minutes, minus the time that it took for our tank to put his pants on, we've got to the first mini-boss. Yeah, I think we're gonna have fun with this tank. Yeah, because I think the name Panic Moon perhaps should have been an indication of just exactly who we were going to be dealing with. I'm gonna ride this horse all day long. And no one can stop me. Not even you two. Now, at times there will be ads who come onto the field. What they do is that they can actually give boosts and enhancements to the mini-boss here, so they must be destroyed as quickly as possible. But when they die, they give you a bit of a parting gift, so you gotta be wary for the AoE that comes onto the field whenever they get killed off. But it looks like we're all good now, so let's keep on going and pounding away on Gornish. Yeah, nothing special about this guy other than the fact that he can get enhancements from the ads, but they only happen if you leave them on the field for too long, or if they're in range of Gornish itself. At least that's what I've gleaned from personal experience. Can't validate if that's actually true or not, but from, as I said, from personal experience, that's what I've discovered. Now, we're not going to bother with the 3 remaining new ads that have come in, considering how little HP the boss has left. So, we're just going to go ahead and end this now. Yeah, no need to do that again. We got our treasures to play for. Alright, so away we go to the second section. And as you can see, we only got the limit break meter up to half full. That's crazy. And I got 2 aqueous whetstones, which back in the day might have been valuable, but these days, they're like a lot of other items that come from dungeons like this. They are essentially worthless. So yeah, here's another opportunity for our tank to get a really big head start and pull as many people as possible. This can work against us though because of this guy that's glowing here, the haranguing Harrier, because if you allow him to complete his cast, he will then transform into a dragon. And we want to try and stop that as much as possible. And we got them. Alright. So now that we've dealt with them, let's go ahead and use Ring of Thorns to try and finish everything off. Oh, okay, I guess our tank has decided he's going to get confident here. He's going to lead us to the next haranguing Harrier, but we may not be able to stop him. Did we? Yeah, it looks like we did. Oh, tank just in the nick of time. So now we really gotta work it now, because, yeah, that's meteor's getting dangerously close, but the tank pulls through again. Yeah, it's one of the few instances of an enemy can actually be stunned. It doesn't happen often in dungeons, but when it does, it's there for a reason, and you can use it to your advantage. Come on, finish off 2 more. They're so close to dying. Alright, there they go. Yeah, I pretty much burned all of my TP just to try and eliminate them all at once. And that didn't work out too well. Nonetheless, we can almost get ourselves completely rid of these fiends. And away we go again. And I got some X-Ethers, okay. Now we're coming up to an interesting location. This location, you see these cannons on the right? Well, there's going to be a dragon that swoops in right here. What you want to do is use this cannon to shoot at him. Every time you do, more enemies will appear. So a good rule of thumb, and the only way you can continue, is to eliminate all of the adds that come in. Only then will Gaurao, the dragon, return. So, good rule of thumb, use your group attacks to get rid of all these big little nasties as quickly as possible. Where he lands, where Gaurao shows up will always be random, so be ready to fire the cannon. He will shoot ice at you sometimes if you're not fast enough, but it won't do that much damage to you at all. I think it can disrupt you, but I can't validate that. Alright, here we go. Let's jump our way to victory, like a true dragoon should. Alright, last one's over here on the left. Yeah, we all want a piece of the action. We all want a piece of the action. This time, instead of coming from both sides, we see that the two little dragonflies are accompanied by a wyvern. Let's launch into them. And finish it off. Boom, there we go. Now, let's do this. Let's eliminate the watch wyvern, and once that it is gone, we can move on. And down it goes. And this will spawn another Jura Avis. If you do not stop the haranguing harriers from before, that's what they turn into. That's what they will transform into, are Jura Avises. And I don't know why we're pulling this particular... Oh, I think I may know why, because, yeah, this is the second mini-boss that we're going into. What everyone has to do is get to a cannon, and then once there, wait for the second mini-boss to come in, it lands with a thud, and now this is the only time that you ever fight a mini-boss ever that you do not actually attack it directly. What you want to do is use your cannons to defeat it. And if anything got in the way that shouldn't have gotten in the way, fire on it too. Yeah, because quite frankly, that Jura Avis should not be there. Now, gotta be careful because you don't want to get excessive, because you saw it put up a reflective force field. It only goes down when it stops glowing red. When it stops glowing red, you can resume firing. Okay, now let's put up another invincibility barrier. So now what we want to do, yeah, it'll spin like that sometimes. Now that there are adds on the field, we have to kill them too. And if you can somehow get Mr. Big Ugly Kukafera in the mix, hey, that's a bonus for you. Let's get them all out. Alright, now we can refocus on Kukafera. If you're fast enough and if you're fortunate enough, then you can actually get it where you can defeat it before more adds come out on the field. This is very rare, but it is possible. Okay, it's put up its defenses again. Now here's an instance where it actually will spin into someone who's shooting on it. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, be careful. And if you can get more... crap, yeah, the target is too close. The target is too close, but we got our victory. We used the cannons enough to get our victory, so we can move on. Now we've been at this for just over 10 minutes now. That's just how fast you can clear this place. Yeah, it does not take long to clear Stone Vigil on hard mode. Yeah, and here we go. We're gonna see more pulls taking place. Yeah, we can see why this tank was so confident on our success, because as you can see, he's gonna pull till the cows come home. I think we finally have run into a roadblock. Yeah, here's an instance where we have no choice. We must stop all the... we must defeat all these dragons here before we can advance. But yeah, this is a very bold and very confident pull by our tank to bring in all these huge enemies at once. Because these guys can do a lot of damage. You really have to be able to trust your healer well in order to ensure your survival and your success. And so far we are doing well. Alright, that one's gone. Now let's start on you. You might jump. Go splat on you. Let's turn the camera around so you can see exactly what we're dealing with. And there's about half a dozen there that we're dealing with. And oh, I was about to say we got you, but we didn't quite get you. Alright, finish off the Coerthas, then the Eorzea. I really wish I could use another jump move right now. And before too long, gone. Now there are 2 treasure chests in here. Make sure to get them. And sometimes you can get some equipment out of these. Alright. I was about to say, was someone using a limit break? But no. That would be ill-advised. Okay, one more haranguing carrier, and boy did we clean his clock. Man, we really ripped him off. New one in no time flat. And boom. Yeah, now do you see why I put up the dance video that you saw me put up at the start of this video? Well, this is why. If your team is good enough and you have the right combination of people, you can pretty much speed run this thing really quickly. Yeah, it's basically like running Brave Flock's long stop on hard mode. If you can take advantage of the skills of your party members, trust your tank to pull everything, and have a skilled enough healer and a speedy enough healer, then you can get to this point. And there is our boss. And the tank is wasting no time in getting the fight started. So this is Eorzea. He is our boss in Stone Vigil hard. And he is actually pretty challenging boss, because what he does is that he has a whole plethora of skills. From smacking you in the tail if you're standing behind him, to dashing if you're standing too close to him, to shooting fireballs as well. He also has that capability. There's a demonstration of it right there. And every time you get attacked by one of those special abilities, you will have a status affliction issue put up against you. So be careful. And once you damage him enough, he'll bring out a friend. So you have to kill 2 Eorzea, not just one. And he has the same skills and abilities as the first one did. So gotta be careful on all sides. Make sure that your healer is paying attention to anyone who's taking damage, because when you have 2 main final bosses out on the field, you really have to pay attention. So, now almost have Eorzea number 1 gone. Yeah, we're just burning through Eorzea number 1 in no time flat. We have a really powerful tank and a really powerful black mage. That's the other DPS who's joined me here in Stone Vigil on hard mode. But as you can see, it's going to take us about a quarter of the time, or even a third of the time, to clear this place as it took us to clear the original Stone Vigil, when we slayed Rome Mythil himself. Alright. Well, since we know we're not going to get the limit break to maximum before it's all over, let's just go ahead and use it now. Just to speed things along, to go along with the theme of this place, because we've really been ripping it all over the place from the start. And as you can see, we are just beating this so damn bad that before long, and within 15 minutes, victory is ours in Stone Vigil. Double destruction for double awesome. Yeah, that's definitely... I think that was the fastest clear we've had yet of a dungeon, and I cannot help but appreciate that, and definitely commendation is going to the healer, or no, the tank, as a result of our victory. So as you can see, just like at Tom Tardecroft, we are not quite finished yet. we have to make this official by going back to Lord Drillmont and letting him know that we have succeeded. So, we will now make our way back to our place at Stone Vigil. This particular young lady here, she's about to go to the first original part of Stone Vigil. Now I know it's because her level's at 45, and she's at her basic warrior class that she's doing, which is Monk. And that's the enhanced warrior class of the Pugilist, which is a warrior class that starts out in Ul'dah. So, let's make our way through this particular fate. We don't need to worry about it, because it looks like the people here have everything well in tow. Yeah, normally I would intervene on a fate, but hey, we've been, after getting a really speedy victory in the hard mode of Stone Vigil, why not finish it by getting back to Lord Drillmont as fast as we can? So, put some muscle onto those legs of yours, my little chocobo, and get ourselves to Lord Drillmont as fast as we can. After a sloppy way to get in here, we got back now to Lord Drillmont. Idi, I'm glad to see you safely returned. By the grace of the Fury and the aid you have given us, we have taken back what is ours. Yes, surely you saw what the Gervanians left in their wake. A ruin, a blood-crusted eye in need of much physicking before it can resume watch over the dragons. It will be long and hard work to rebuild our Stone Vigil. Long and hard. One battle ends, another begins. Our war is a holy one, and there is no rest for the pious, except in the arms of the Fury herself. Never shall be depleted the ranks of Ishgard's glorious dead. Never shall the prayers of the righteous be in vain. The dragons will perish, this I swear, by swords whole and broken. And with that, we have completed Stone Vigil on hard mode. And we did it in nothing flat. So, with that taken care of, there is one more side dungeon left to complete for patch 2.3, and we'll take care of that in the next episode. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will make our way back to Mordona to get the initiative started for the last side dungeon of patch 2.3. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.